for America, 3019. The evil Manifest Party has stolen our government. But we here at Unfollow are working to tear them down. And now, a government stooge has joined our cause.
I was wrong. I rebelled. Now raise your fist and show them we won't follow. War. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolute revolution. Perhaps the greatest tool in overthrowing the Manifest government would be military power. If Unfollow had military superiority to overthrow our oppressors with pure strength, it is the straightest line we could draw to true freedom. And to understand what it will take to reach out to the hearts and minds of those in the military to convince them that our fight is their fight, that they should be tools in our tool belt. Today, join us as that lone wolf howls.
The call and
I still don't know what the response is.
I'm the
Are you the
response.
response? With an eye the call?
Yes.
How does the call come after the response?
I was trying to clue you in to do it.
Oh, I'm supposed to join you? Okay, let's do that again. All right. Join us for the lone wolf howl. You look like an idiot.
Tag, I have a few problems with some of the things you said. I think that if we took the effort to convince the military to revolt against the Manifest, we could probably just as easily convince the people of America that the Manifest is not worth their time.
Yeah, but if we convince the people without the military, the Manifest is just going to point the military at the people again, and then here we are.
Civil disobedience, peaceful protest.
I mean, the military is pretty strong. I mean, I know you and I and Jack even, we killed a lot of people in our road trip, but I just don't think we could stand up to the actual might of the U.S. military, the greatest fighting force in the world.
I mean, maybe second greatest.
And?
I'm a cage clown.
Oh my God.
I'm essentially a military weapon. In fact, I probably should be registered.
This is practical blasphemy. Anyway, listeners, we are here at the John Rambo Veterans Affairs Office, where we're going to be talking to some people who have seen real action, Americans who have served and sacrificed willingly and happily, and we're going to talk to them about how grateful they are for the opportunity we gave them, and see if we can convince them that while their struggle is real, they're fighting for the wrong side. Let's see if we can find. Hello? Is anyone? Don't see any lights on here. Hello? Hello? Anybody here?
Back here.
Oh, okay. Hi. Yes, ma'am. We're here to talk to some veterans for a local interest news program. Just
great.
spotlight on veterans.
Oh, how sweet.
Yep, that's super sweet.
Well, we could take you back to go talk to some.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, great.
Okay,
I'll take you over here to Fred.
Okay. Listen, just real quick, if a veteran were coming in here to get some kind of care, wouldn't you leave the lights on for them? So
No, we just let them wander in.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
you
know-
know what? The veterans are better people. They probably all have night vision.
They don't, but if they can make it through the darkness, then that's when they'll get the care.
Okay.
They're trained for these kind of situations, I'm sure.
Right. Gotta be. Okay, now, behind these, what appear to be homeless vagabonds just laying out in this room, where are the veterans?
Oh, those are the veterans.
Oh, is it Halloween? Are we doing a costume party?
Oh, no, those are the clothes that we give them.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk to what appears
You
to
know,
be a 35-year-old Dora the Explorer.
The John Rambo Hospital is all based on donations.
Oh, yes. Before we leave, UXB, should we give a little? You could just give a little,
Like a finger?
whatever you got.
Okay.
You know, whatever you can give will truly benefit a
Sure.
nation's
Hey,
heroes.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
Oh, I'm Nurse Ratchet.
Okay, Nurse Ratchet. If you could just maybe you could hang out with us while we interview, because I may have some questions for you about
know,
some of the care.
Yeah, I'll monitor.
Oh, okay.
Make
okay.
sure,
Yeah.
they're well taken care of.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, you should start with new clothes.
Again, we are based on donations, so whatever you can give will help clothe our nation's finest.
Here are my clothes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That'll help one.
Okay.
Tag, you should probably give your clothes to.
Just Melinda. Just another note. I don't like being naked for these again.
Oh.
I've said this before, and I mean I'll do it for the troops. Anything for the troops. But I'm just. I want to go on record.
If you didn't, it truly would be un-American.
That's true, and I'm definitely American. So
I can tell by the roundness of your stomach. You really let that buff cut go to.
well, I'm not fighting sharks anymore, so yeah, I gained a few.
Meanwhile,
So
our
sorry.
veterans are famished, so
Oh,
if
okay.
you could
Just-
move along, we can give them the ration of one saltine.
Okay. Sir.
Yep.
I'm here from local interest, doing a local interest story for News Channel 6, and was just wondering if we could get your name and maybe your story. And first of all, thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Local interest. What now, son?
Local interest Channel 6 news story, spotlight on the veterans for, Veteran Affair Quarter. Salute the Veterans months, quarter, year. Salute the Veterans year.
Oh,
It is.
this our year again?
Yep, it's your year.
Ooh.
So we want to point some microphones at you, get your story, and then we're gonna walk away.
Hey, Nurse Ratchet.
Yes, Brett?
It's Veterans Year. Can I get an extra saltine?
You'll get one extra quarter today.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. She is a beaut. Now, as you can see, I want you to take this to your congressman and tell him these real stories. As you can see, my right arm has been completely blown clean off. But not worried about the loss of the arm. But as you know, there is a left-hand ban. So
exactly, and it only makes sense. I mean, I understand in your situation, you probably should get special compensation because you didn't choose to lose your right hand, your good hand. But I feel like for people who have a right hand and then just choose to ignore it, that's pretty terrible.
Well, wait. I have both hands, Tag, and I'm left-handed.
What?
You haven't noticed anytime I'm holding the recorder,
son,
I'm
you
using.
choose to use your left hand?
I've never even looked. Yeah, I don't pay this much attention to you, UX.
I don't choose.
I thought I knew you.
I don't choose to do it. It's maybe it's a.
Have you been watching some left-handed movies when I'm not around? Like, who taught you this?
Maybe it's a defect or something, but my right hand does not work as well. I
yeah,
don't have the dexterity I do in my left hand.
He is a clone of a clone. A Nurse Ratchet, is that something you think that maybe got a defect when you did that
It is
process?
a defect, and all our care is catered to only right-handed people,
Oh.
so we've just had to leave poor Fred over here.
Oh, Fred, I'm so sorry.
I'm not worried about the left-handed ban. It's just I'm in the queue to have my left arm moved to my right
As you should be.
side,
Right.
But he's placed
so
at the
that I
bottom
can
of the
hold
list.
the gun again. But it's going to be about 7 months.
Well, as we all know, the literal backbone of our military are people who have had their right hand blown off and their left hand grafted on to that shoulder because they can literally shoot people behind them. And so in the back lines, protecting the rear is just right where they belong. And it's an important position.
You're in a queue to get augmented?
I wouldn't say augmented, evened out.
Well, I regrow my limbs. I could just give you my right hand. I mean, if you can make use of it, it'd be.
Well, they do operate on donations.
Okay.
It's true.
I don't know, son. Your right hand don't sound too useful.
Are you turning down a donation?
I mean, I'd take a donation from a righty.
It's true. We don't want to corrupt this man with your perverse ways, UX. We don't know what kind of diseases you have, so I think it's only fair that we protect the good people from you.
Yeah, what if your bad right-handedness transferred to my left hand and then I got no hands?
Would you'd have two hands?
I'd
No, the
be
math-
no-handed.
Don't tell a veteran how to do math. UXB.
He'd be better off than he is now. He'd have two hands, even if they didn't work great.
It'd be like the opposite of ambidextrous. It'd be like no ambidextrous.
It would be more of a handicap.
Speaking of Nobidextrous and other prescription medications, Nurse Ratchet, what sort of medications do we have for the veterans here who are wounded like Fred?
Oh, we have a loose bag of vitamins that we found, and we just hand them out and hope for the best.
Now, please tell me they're at least Flintstone chewables?
Oh, that's the only kind. They are, however, quite stale and crunchy, so they're not at they're
And
chewy.
they're all Barneys.
Yes.
I see in the bag. Yes.
Oh, yes.
All Barneys.
All the rebels.
Oh, that's the worst one.
The
got a
rebel
Betty
for
once.
the rebel of America.
I will remember that, Betty.
Now, Fred, for our audience, we just wanted to again thank you, and if you could just speak a few words about how grateful you are to have served us, because sometimes I know people can feel a little guilty when they see a wounded veteran just walking the street. So I'm really glad you have a place you can go outside of the view of everyone else. That's very polite. And but I just, if you could do something to assuage our guilt.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You know, I was very proud to serve in the skirmishes in Connecticut. As you recall, Rhode Island invaded.
Yes, of course.
We'll never forgive those Rhode Islanders.
Scrappy.
Just learn a lesson from Delaware. I am proud to be a Connecticuter. I am proud to have lost my right arm in what was a preventable motorcycle accident. And I hope everyone understands that.
Oh, so you didn't actually lose your arm in combat with Rhode Island?
Well,
That's
it
not-
was
you weren't-
during combat. We towards the beginning of the combat, we took evasive measures
and you've
and U-turned
Right,
and drove
and just
right
went-
into a tree.
okay.
You were
Now-
running away from Rhode Island?
I wouldn't say running away. I would say fleeing under duress.
Now, so is that what's classified as a friendly fire injury or?
It's a whoopsie daisies.
Oh, okay, it's a whoopsie daisy fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's preferred terminology.
Okay. And just real quick, what do you think, as a member of the U.S. military, it would take to get you to fight, for the American people the way you are now, except not for the American government, just for the American people directly? Maybe against the American government.
Hypothetically.
Now what now?
Hypothetically. Okay, let's say, for example, you were to take all of your weaponry and your training, assuming
minus your right
minus
hand.
your right hand, yes, of course,
Yeah.
and point that at our oppressive masters, and we threw off the chains that shackled us to our own mediocrity, and grab that olive branch of freedom and pass the torch, as it were, to a new generation of Americans? Am I coming across here?
So you want? Let me see if I'm understanding you
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah, go ahead.
So what you would like to do?
No, not what I would like to do. I'm asking what it would take to make
what-
you
what
like
it
to
would
do.
take for me.
Of course, I am 100% on board with the manifest. Go manifest. But just in case, what would it take to make you overthrow the government?
I think it's impossible because All of America wants the manifest. It's why it's here.
Do they?
That was my understanding.
I mean, that's what the manifest says, but like when I talk to people, I'm like, do they?
Son, I was constricted.
You were conscripted?
I was
Conscripted?
conscripted at the age of 6.
Oh, it's terrible.
So,
I mean, you had to wait until you were 6 before you could fight.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of training videos under my belt, and I ain't never heard of nobody being unhappy with the manifest.
Maybe if you got out and talked to people, but not you specifically, of course. Maybe if you get that arm back and you're not terribly unsightly, you could go out in public and talk to people.
I guess things are changing on the outside. I haven't seen a lot since, my hideous deformity.
Oh, yeah, it is unspeakable. I'm sorry I've spoken about it already. Anyway, Fred, it's been great talking to you. Nurse Ratchet, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the clothes, and UXB, if you just want to drop a few fingers off.
Yeah, I'm actually just in case you change your mind, I'm just gonna leave the whole arm. Okay. Anyway, it's there. It'll grow back, and just you might want it.
You weren't using it anyway.
Well, thank you so much for your donation, and you were here.
Can we get like a Band-Aid or something? Because I got to ride in a van
Oh,
with him, and that's
I'm
going to
sorry.
drip everywhere.
We're all based on donation. We don't have any of those.
Yeah, we don't have
Okay.
supplies.
All right. Well, this has been Tag Yolo Thompson's reporting for Unfollow the Revolution and Let the Lone Wolf Howl.
This Saturday, the Manifest hosts a live concert for the group Guantana Motion with all your favorite band members like
Jeff.
Trey.
Jeff K.
I don't know anything!
And Siler.
singing the hits like Enhanced Interrogation, Douse My Heart with Your Ice, and Al Qaeda You Maybe.
Guantana Motion.
To find out if you've already purchased a ticket, check your bank statement for Ticketmaster. Attendance is required for ticket holders. Failure to attend qualifies you for re-education. Enjoy the show!
Family military tradition. It's an important and beautiful thing when a lineage, a heritage, a tradition of service in the military is established and passed down through bloodlines, and nowhere is that idea explained better than here at the southern border of the United States. We are here in El Paso, Texas, the heart of Texas, and where, as you know, troops have been established here for 1,000 years. The same line of troops for 1,000 years. They were deployed here what was originally going to be a short time, and the threat just never abated down here at this border. And they have stayed generation after generation, intermarrying, forming eventually their own cultures and customs and language, their own variation of English, and it's beautiful. It's very musical and rhythmic, and I'm glad this is going to be captured on audio for everyone who doesn't have the privilege of coming here to El Paso themselves to hear this. To get as close as we can, we found a house that is backed up directly to the military base. This house shares a backyard fence with the Southern Fighting Force base, and we just couldn't get closer without trying to sneak into a military installation, which, UXB, I would do it, but I don't want to put you in danger. So I think it's best if we just try and go through the house here.
Well, certainly. I mean, our mission is to help these people before they end up somewhere like the VA, right? So prevent that. So I brought piles of clothes, and I'm ready to lose some more limbs if necessary.
And I'm here to find the truth and see if I can convince some of these soldiers to fight on the side of good. So it's just hello?
Hello?
Hi. We're here from the local Reddit forum / talk to a vet. So we just wanted to get some upvotes by coming here and doing some some interviews with the veterans on the other side of your fence. If we could just walk through your house, hang out in your backyard.
Oh, sure. You do that too. Great.
Okay, great.
Great.
I was expecting a lot more.
Oh, no.
problems.
Just everyone comes in and does that.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of just used to this.
Yeah.
I guess when you bought this house, you probably knew that was going to
Oh,
happen a
no.
lot.
This house has been in my family for like 500 years, and the border of the military base just keeps encroaching closer and closer, almost like we're 1 cubic inch away from each other.
Okay.
And it truly has been a learning experience.
Oh, well, can we get your name then?
Oh, yes. Katie Miguel.
Katie Miguel, everyone. Yeah, a U.S. citizen
Yeah.
living side by side with these brave soldiers defending her country.
Yeah, they're so brave when they come over and just like poach hamburgers from my grill.
They do what now?
Yeah, they just reach their little hands over my fence and they just take all of my food.
Okay. Now I feel like this might be on you. Have you thought about building a bigger fence, a taller fence, to keep them from coming over?
I keep making it higher and higher, and somehow the arms are getting longer, or they're like putting themselves on each other's backs just so they can reach over.
Ingenious.
No. Criminal.
You're right. No, you can't accuse the military of criminal acts that, I am sure whatever they're doing is justified, and I wouldn't...
I get it. They're hungry. They're growing
Yeah.
boys and girls and whatever they identify. But it's just this is my area, you know? And
okay.
they're just getting closer and closer and closer and just invading.
So would it be maybe you need the military to protect your border?
Correct.
So maybe you could just talk to them. Something we could really sort this out. They protect your border and you feed them.
You know, last time I talked to them, they critiqued me on my cooking technique. Apparently, I don't season enough for them, which I think is just utter malarkey.
Well, I mean, people come from all walks of life. Maybe you can learn a thing or two. Maybe invite them over, have them cook some of your food and eat it.
You know, that's how this all started. You know,
you invited them over.
No, my great-great-grandpappy invited over the military to our house to have a sit-down dinner. And that
sounds
one
nice.
dinner took them to where they are today, just trying to take all of my food.
Well, they broke bread under your house.
Right,
I
and
mean,
now they're
that's-
breaking into my house to get the bread.
Well, I mean, the U.S. military does have a long tradition of slowly invading, or very quickly invading, taking resources and then leaving. So
Right.
I feel like they're following their nature. You know, it's like, why would the scorpion sting the frog? It's because it's his nature.
So I'm the frog here?
Yes, definitely.
I think I'm at least like, I don't know, like if we're going to be an amphibian, maybe like a lizard?
Yeah, Katie, you know what? You can be any kind of amphibian you
Like
want.
a chameleon, maybe? Because I can like
That's a
blend
lizard.
into
That's
any
a reptile,
environment.
not an amphibian, but that's really not the point we're trying to make here.
I'll be a teacup pig.
Yeah, how about we just get to your backyard, Katie? 'Cause,
Okay,
come
great.
on. Oh, that is a very impressive military base. Wow, that fence of yours goes very high.
Yep.
They can get over that?
Yep. You know, I think they just like sit on each other's shoulders at like 8, and then they'll just kind of like lean the top person over
Okay.
and just like grab.
Wow.
Sometimes they drop someone in and then they have to make a little like a rope ladder and they fling it over and then they climb it back up with the food.
Like paratrooping? Wow.
Yeah.
That's I bet it's sort of like probably a training exercise.
You know, I had never thought about it that way.
You're
Yeah.
probably helping keep the military on their toes and ready for any situation.
Wow.
Now, Katie, how would you feel about if the military maybe weren't coming into your backyard and just taking things, but instead were fighting to free you from the manifest oppression that we all feel?
You know, I feel like I've really been swayed by this man. Like, I think this is a training exercise of them trying to go into any environment and take whatever they can.
So you're just very much on board with what's happening now?
Yes.
The take. Okay. Don't want to change anything?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, and
Bienvenidos, hombres.
here's sir, I presume someone just leapt over the wall, right down, 3-point landing, very impressive. Sir, I assume you're in the military?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Been a trooper for generations.
I'm sure this fighting force has been defending this border for a millennia now, and I just wanted to come down and meet some of you guys because, I feel like America doesn't really know you since you've been here isolated for so long.
So you started with Miss McGill over here. She's got some of the best hamburgers around. Could use a little bit more adobo, just some of our sacred seasoning.
Okay. All right. And this is good. We're learning a lot about the cultures. And the manifest is really big on not expanding and not learning about other cultures and just keeping what is familiar the only thing that is truly good. And I think we should oppose that by having different cultures ram down your throat. Whether you like it or not, especially if you don't like it, in fact. I think you should be, force-fed food from other cultures. So I encourage you to do that. Sir, what's your name, soldier?
My name is Enrique Ramos.
Okay, that is a colorful name.
It is a family name. It is a common trooper name, actually.
Oh, okay. It's kind of the trooper version of John over there, I guess. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So you mentioned culture, and it's actually very interesting.
Yeah, I want to hear
we
all
have a
about
very
it.
interesting culture in that it is completely American. It is not un-American in any way. It's been going for about 1,000 years.
Not. Yeah. I mean, in a way, I feel like you might be a snapshot of what America was like 1,000 years ago, since you've been mostly isolated from all of the influence of the manifest. As the manifest was coming up, you guys were just here. Locked away.
And yet we were around during a time at which the manifest was given birth, essentially, or
the beginnings, the
beginnings.
skeletal period. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had access to a lot of interesting things. We have sort of some different linguistic traits that were passed down to us from.
It's funny. I used to have a radio show, and we had a professor of linguistics on, and he was a very fascinating guest. Taught us a lot about all the variations of English.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we speak a very interesting variation of English as well.
I'd love to hear some.
Well, we learned it from our predecessors. Some of our predecessors.
Sure.
It was passed down to us
listeners, this might be an ancient form of English, possibly 1,000
it's an
years old.
archaic form of English.
Yeah.
We got it from people that my ancestors called Los Visitantes.
Okay.
And it basically incorporates some archaic English into some 20th century even.
All right. Well, you've got me just anticipating this. Drum roll. Just let me hear it.
Okay. So, for example, Katie McGill, I'm gonna teach y'all some stuff, makes excellent hamburguesas. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
A little bit similar. You can
All right.
hear.
I assume
you
from
can
the sound
hear-
that's sexual.
Yeah. Well, no. It's a hamburger.
Oh. Okay.
And you can
okay.
hear the English origins of that word.
In
in our takeaway.
Oh yeah.
In our copycat language,
hamburger.
hamburguesa.
Okay, I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's an example of one.
Okay.
Young girls have what is called a quinceañera.
Now I'm assuming that is definitely sexual.
Katie,
it
can
is-
you show us
it-
your quinceañera?
Well, no, UXB, you cannot ask a woman that. Okay.
Oh,
Katie, I'm sorry. I didn't.
for
No.
a
No.
teaching moment.
No.
Oh.
No.
No. It is when a woman comes to fruition and she receives, on her birthday, a pink vehicle and a large pageant gown.
Oh.
Which I'm sure
okay.
Miss McGill has seen many times over the walls.
Just briefly, just like spotting it over there.
Yeah. So we have some interesting customs. There is some dancing allowed. I don't know if that's still allowed.
No, dancing is very much allowed. There are 4 different dances that the manifest allows now, I think. So, but there could be more. So why don't you tell us about some of your dances?
Well, okay. Well, let me just show you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Just interlock your hands like this.
Well, actually, Katie, would you mind? You've probably seen this before. If you could just step in here.
Oh yeah.
The two.
Yes.
All right. So you move your left foot back as I move my right foot forward.
Oh.
Now be aware of your hips. That is something that is very peculiar to our lineage, is an awareness of hip movement. You want to sort of swivel a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. If you're saying you're doing it right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then you're going to move that foot right back where it came from.
Oh God,
Then
that's
do this.
ungodly.
Listeners, this is some fantastic radio we have right now
And then
for
you're
you,
gonna-
and I am really glad you're getting to hear this description of a traditional dance.
Yep, you're gonna do the same with your right. You feel that?
Oh,
All right.
I've never felt like
Don't
that.
faint now.
Oh. Ooh.
Miss McGill always a good sport. Anytime I come over this fence over here, she's always welcoming. She's always saying things like, "What are you doing here?" and
Get out.
"This house has been here before your family." Things like that, you know.
That sounds like
It's part of my charm.
Sounds like Katie.
Well, I brought a number of blankets, as it were. You can kind of wear them over your head and put your arms through them. They're made out of my hair.
All right, I am gonna turn your blankets down because there was a dark time in our history in which we did actually receive blankets in a shipment, and there was
Disease.
there was a good bit of disease attached to that.
Well,
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I can't imagine anyone would ever do that.
I might have bled on it
UXB,
a
what
little
were you
bit.
thinking?
This is not.
This
thi-
is-
I'm not.
It's so
this-
insensitive.
You are terribly insensitive to our history.
You know what? Just give me these blankets. I'm gonna take them back to the van.
Okay, if you
can't believe
can't
this.
use them, what about my clothes? I can give you my clothes.
You know, it's probably the same as the blanket situation, but I'll tell you what we could use is some reinforcements from the outside. Now, we done interbred for about 1,000 years here. We could use some new material.
I'm here to help. So, you know, I've said it a couple of times already. I am a Nicolas Cage clone, and I think by law I'm actually a military weapon. So, tag. I said I had to help people, and I think I'm gonna have to go over this wall.
What was that, UXB? I can't. Tell me again when I get back from putting the blankets in the van. I can't hear you from here.
Now, did you say you were a military weapon?
Yeah, well, I think by law, legally, as a Nicolas Cage clone, yes, I have to be registered as a deadly weapon.
Because if we could get more of that, we could stop sending our 4 and 5-year-olds into the gun mines of East Texas.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, I can be your weapon, and you won't need guns.
Yeah. You got any more clones with you?
Well, I do have many brothers, but I haven't been in contact with them. But if you give me some time, I could try. Maybe I could write them a letter.
Yeah. Yeah. Letter writing sounds like the top of technology for about this time period.
All right. Well, Katie, I'm very new to this world, and I think that what's over that wall is going to be even more new to me. It would be great if I could come back over the fence every now and then and get some bit of normalcy.
Of course. I mean, my house is your house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mi casa es su casa is what we say in our language.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
say it again.
Mi casa es su casa.
Ooh. Wow. Maybe come over later and say that.
Oh, yeah?
I think she's going to show you her quinceañera.
Unfollow the Revolution was created and performed by David Gossett, Benjamin Mitchell, and David Nair. Produced by Rock Punch. Edited by Molly Rowland. Intro music by Alan Hanks. Voiceover by Jenny Wentling. We would like to thank our special guest this episode,
Yvonne Segovia.
Natalie Otterson.
If you want to keep raging against the manifest, support the American Civil Liberties Union at aclu.org, because the best way to destroy tyranny in the future is to fight it in the present.